Hi, I'm Sandra from Createinspain, and today the video is going to show you how to put together a simple background pop-up. Now it could be used for a snow scene or a meadow scene, and there's also another way of using it which I'll explain later. Now this is the cut file that I have made, and this is just scrap card. I've got numerous cuts in this. It's not going to be made into a card. It's just solely for practice purposes. And this piece is actually designed so that it will fit a normal A5 card, the standard size. So I've cut the file out and I have folded the fold lines. There's a long fold line across the base, and then there are some very short fold lines, and those are very easy to fold. Now what you have to do to put it together is to squeeze this all up so that it is lying as flat as it can possibly do, folding it on the lines that are scored. And if you fold that along the other crease line, you'll see that you end up with this rather peculiar shape with a point. Now what you do is you take your outer card, the one that you're going to be decorating on the front, and this is actually the goes on the back of the front of the card, if you see what I mean. You'll see in a minute. And what you need to do is to make sure that that point there goes up to the crease line. You also want to make sure that the edges are parallel with your cut card. I've made it so that it is a fraction narrower than the card itself would be, but not very much. But you do want to make sure that this is parallel. Then you can either get your tape or you can use glue. I'm using glue because it's cheaper than wasting my tape on a practice run. And simply glue or tape all around the edges, and then add a few bits in the middle. Now making sure that it's not moved, that you've got it placed as you want it, and I think that's pretty much done. Press it flat and press your card closed over the top of it. If you're using glue, give this a minute or so to set before you open it, because you don't want the glue to give way and then you'll just have to start again. Okay, so then what you do is you turn the whole card over, just open up the back piece, and this layer which is on top is the layer that needs to be glued. Don't glue the underneath bits, okay? Just the outer layer that needs to be done. And you can do a little bit of gluing on the inside as well, or taping, whichever is your particular preferred method. Close the card again and press down firmly. Now at this point I would advise leaving it for a couple of minutes. This glue is fairly fast drying, but even then it may just pop off if I open it now. We shall see. I'm going to turn the card over again, and there we have the finished item, or the finished pop-up part anyway, so that you have your either your snow or your meadows or whatever it is in 3 dimensions. And so that's a really easy thing to do. And of course you can either decorate this as a background and draw patterns and whatever you want to do on the actual thing, or you can add cutouts and you can add other things that pop up. It's worth noting too that even though I say this is supposed to be either meadows or a snowy scene, something like that, you can of course turn the whole thing up the other way, and that leaves you with platforms to put other things on. So for example, you could have this as a blue pond and have penguins on here fishing in the pond, or you can have divers diving off something, or you could just use it as a platform for a street scene or something like that. It doesn't have to be that way around. You could, of course, do a street scene on this side as well. Do a nice nighttime town scene maybe with lights and things. And because you've actually got space in here, you would have space to put in some LED lights if you're that way inclined. Okay, I hope you like it. It's just a very basic, simple file for you to build on, and I will post the link to the file. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.